Hi, this is Kevin Garlington from Total Tennis Game, and today I'm going to go over the key fundamentals of hitting a great one-handed backhand. I've got a lot of viewers out there that are wondering, how do I hit a one-handed backhand? There's so much information on hitting two-handed backhands, but I have nothing for my one-handed backhand, so this is it. So the first step of hitting a great one-handed backhand is having a great foundation. What I mean by a great foundation is making sure that your feet are at least 1.5 to 2 shoulder lengths apart. Make sure also that we're bending our knees, that we have a solid, nice base. This is so crucial to a one-handed backhand, more so than a two-handed backhand, because you only get one hand to operate while hitting the ball. Whereas in a two-hander, you're going to get two hands, you got a little bit extra strength. So after we've got the foundation, we got to make sure we have the right grip. The key to finding the right grip is having an Eastern grip forehand for your backhand. The easiest way to do this is holding your racket out in front. I'm going to take my hand and line it right up on top with my knuckles on top of the racket. This is the easiest way to find your grip. Next, here's the key fundamental thing that we want to do, is have a great unit turn. So we've got our foundation, we've got our grip, and now we have to have the unit turn. The unit turn for most one-handed backhands is what causes the most problems. So I'm going to split step and turn. This is my unit turn. I'm going to have my shoulder under my chin and making sure that the butt of the racket is facing off this way or to the contact. The biggest mistake most players make is when they do their unit turn, they take the racket back, but the butt of the racket is facing in towards this way. What happens is it doesn't give you enough leverage, and therefore you're going to muscle a lot of your backhands. After we've got this great unit turn here, with the butt of the racket facing towards the contact, the strings are slightly closed but facing back, we want to make sure we're set up with our front toe facing into the court a little bit. Another big mistake is by turning the toe too far this way, when we try to rotate into the ball, you're going to feel a lot of tension here and you're going to get stuck here. This is not what you want to happen. Any great one-handed player, you're going to see a lot of nice extension and a big finish. You'll hardly ever see them get stuck here having to hit a backhand, especially a one-handed backhand. So we want to make sure that we set our feet up that allows us to rotate into the ball and not lock our hips up. Our hips are what's going to provide the most power. So we got to make sure we can rotate a little bit. Unlike the two-handed backhand, you don't have to fully rotate your hips on the one-handed backhand. You only need to do it halfway. So we've got the great split step, we're turning, we're setting up our feet. Now the path of the racket on the follow-through. We're going to drop a racket behind us. If you can notice here, I've dropped my racket slightly under the ball, and I'm going to pull my racket up and across my body. Another thing, a lot of players go out and they wind up getting stuck here. You want to pull the racket up and across, and a nice long extension on the finish. This is really important. We're going to put it all together, split, turn, unit turn. We've got the toe set up, drop the racket under, pull it all the way up and around, and at the end you can pull yourself back into a good ready position stance here and get ready for the next ball. These are the key fundamental things you need to understand to hit a great backhand. Now, as we're pulling across and under, we want to give a little bit of brush to the ball so we have a little safety. Now that you understand the fundamentals of hitting a great one-hander, realize this. The key difference that makes a great one-hander from any other one-hander is the footwork. You have to make sure that you're getting yourself in position and you're stable enough to hit the backhand. The one thing that the one-hander doesn't allow that the two-hander does is hitting more balls off balance. So really make sure that when you're moving to the ball, you're setting up nice and early and shifting your weight into the ball, rotating your hips and bringing it around.